and she's moving away from us, I'm gonna run after her.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Are you going to grow big or anything like that? Or
no?
Okay.
No.
So excellent. Go ahead and spend your endurance for a full move, which is only going to be 2 points of endurance because you are not big and using your strength or anything like that I know of. But you can definitely follow her. She is moving at with ordinary human pace herself, and does not seem to be super speed or anything like that. In fact, Cosmonaut could probably easily catch her by flying. So it is up to you. That's your move on 2 is a full move after her. She did not get to make a full move, only a half move after her attack. So actually, you have caught up with her. But you have no more action left.
Okay.
Just letting you know where you are in terms of position.
I'm on top of her, basically. Right. Yeah.
And so the exit is here. There is a what would it look like actually? Actually, it would just look like a door to the side, and then you would open it, and you don't. I guess you would know this. Then there are some stone steps going up. So to go into this area, you walk down a staircase, and then there's a door in the side of the hole. Effectively, I know exactly what I'm thinking of. I'm visualizing these military buildings right here. So just like that. So okay, but that's on the outside. Right now, she's about to just go through this door. Now the next is Cosmonaut, I believe. Actually, no, I believe the next is her. Right. So her whole her whole situation is whether she can get through this. You have not grabbed her or anything like that. There's really nothing impeding her, but there is something she wants to do, which I believe I'm going to force a dexterity roll for. Right. And she makes her dexterity roll, which means she is able to, get through the door and close it. Right. So instead of just making the move, she's able to do this thing, and with her half move, close the door. And as far as you can tell, maybe it seems very definitely closed.
It's like locked, closed.
Yeah, it seats very nicely into its spot, and so that's what you see from her. The smell that I talked about is burning.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad I'm inside a suit, maybe. However, so I'm thinking now that I can shift through the door and find her on the other side.
Yes, you could.
And I can I also make an weaken ego attack, like just take my hand through
the door. You would drop your D-solid.
Yeah.
And then you would make your attack. That is perfectly okay. Now, I should like to point out that they did not get a briefing on you or Hausmann. So it's not as though they have seen you, do this. So that's...
She didn't even pause to wonder about the suit. She's like, yes, it's a guy in a cosmonaut suit. I'm going after the big guy.
That's right. And so...
Nerd, she said when she ran past.
Exactly. And so so yes, you will have to spend to catch up with her, you have to make your half move, which can take you through the door. So that's going to put you, I'd say, at 2 endurance, but you also have to spend endurance for your D-solid, which is 8. So that's going to be 10 more endurance to get through the door. To get there and get through the door.
And that she must be surprised. That must be kind of...
I completely agree. I completely agree.
it doesn't have that kind of defense now.
That's right.
So
she did not. She used her full move, a half move, and her dexterity action to shut the door. So she is not doing a martial move right now. So she doesn't have that bonus either.
So this is basically
a flipped advantage from where it was before. You are going to have a much better roll.
So it's 2 + 10 + 8 then.
Well, let me be clear. Oh, for your endurance, yes, absolutely, yes.
Mm-hmm. So that's quite a lot.
Yes, well, she used a bit herself. She's been fighting and running, so.
I'm just thinking that maybe she's, just like adding the points.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that she's maybe not the most immediate threat right now, but at least not for Smannen. But I'm doing this anyway. It's cool. It's too cool not to do it.
Exactly.
So
perfect. This door is, unless there's an armored truck on the other side, I'm going to go through it.
I figured you might.
It's not the D-solid way.
Okay, well, first we have Cosmonaut's attack.
Yeah. So I spent like all these endurance, like 20 points of endurance,
right?
Pushing me down to 11 endurance.
As I like to say in comic book art, endurance is ink. So the more endurance you spend, the more the artist draws what you are doing. So so you basically have zoomed past. This is great. I mean, Hasmanen runs past you.
Yeah.
Right. She runs past you. Hasmanen runs past you. You go through Hasmanen and the door. And you swoop past. So it's like this.
With my like scary built-on claw.
Oh yeah. And so basically, she's closed the door and is about to head up, and then you are just like there, right? Coming out into, out of the drifting, right? I like the idea of your legs kind of trailing off a little bit sideways, right? And you just like drift there, and this huge claw just comes straight out at her. So yes, you're going to get the bonus for surprise for sure. I'll give you another one so that's one, another one for cool, right? You are at a base of 10 to hit her, and 10 or less, but that's +2, so that's going to make 12 or less. And I believe that is exactly where we are at.
My dexterity is 12, so...
Yes, her dexterity is 13, so your base to hit is 10 or less.
Okay.
And then you have these two bonuses, so that's going to be +2.
Yeah, so just... Oh, much better.
Oh.
I should have rolled this last time. So I rolled 7 now.
Okay, so excellent. Well, yes, I mean, this is everything you dreamed of. You go through the door, you loom up in front, right? And then the claw just, basically, grabs.
To be frank, like with four dice, with this cool move, I might not do that much damage, right?
But it looked fucking cool anyway.
I mean, so in this case, I can do more.
You can do more if you throw more endurance into it, but you are really bleeding endurance right now.
Yeah, I am. So I'm sticking with the 4 dice.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want this to hurt. I want her to understand that this she shouldn't have cut my
guys, right? Well, I mean, there's a long list if you're interested. Go on.
Yeah, I will probably get that list eventually, but I'm rolling now, and this is a 4 roll, so 2.
Okay.
But it still hurts a bit. 2 ones.
Oh man,
very aggravating. Well, the problem here too is very strange. When you grab her with the claw, there is a curious absence of ego to her. There are aspects of her mind or her personality which are resistant to what you are doing, because a certain amount of her appears psychically not to be there. Would you like to make a presence attack, by the way? It is completely free, does not cost any endurance whatsoever, and you will get insane amounts of dice because of what you just did.
I would like to do a presence attack.
I assume that it has something to do with what you see. You do presence attacks without announcing it. What you just said was a perfectly good presence attack.
What I said.
Yeah, I mean, this is Champions. You know, you role play, you get dice for it.
Yeah. So, but I didn't say that much to her. But what I want to understand is she not actually in her body right now? Is she? Is she possessed by something, or?
It's as though aspects of her ego, and I mean that clinically, have literally been sliced away.
All right. Okay.
So maybe she has been broken in some sense, similar to the frog lady.
So.
So what will you tell her?
I will tell her that, and I will be really, if you give me some time, I will help entangle the injuries made upon you with your ego. And I probably have my claw inside of her, and I'm saying that.
Right.
And it's really sincere. I'm offering her my help.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to count that as a 2d6 statement. And so with all of the minuses and things like that, you might want to know that unusual looks does not help you in presence attacks and can often work against you. So you're going to get 2 more dice on top of your regular 2.
4 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this
not
is
the world's best presence attack because of many things working against you, but you had a lot of things working for you as well. So you end up with a bit of a bonus.
So this is much more of a better core rolls. But that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So yes, 5 on a presence attack is actually fairly except that there is another factor here. A very complicated character. Which is this. She gets to roll. So that's 5. Ooh, not a good roll for her. Okay, so your effect is much less than you might think. What you just said would have probably caused any number of normal people to stop and pay attention and think about what they were doing. In her case, she does something that might be one of the most horrifying things you have seen. Now you know who sliced away part of her mind.
All right.
She puts the blade, which as you can see is actually an instrument strapped to her arm, and then the blade extends there. She puts it up and literally, while staring straight at you, puts it through her own temple, and it protrudes out the other side. And then she does that. She cut away the effects that you had on her emotions.
All right.
Which is some creepy shit.
Yeah. And I'm a bit perplexed there.
Right.
Standing halfway through a door.
Right.
With my claw inside of her.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really okay.
Right. Well, the two of you are
really buy her a drink first.
I'm just here to help, but nobody wants help.
Right. Really, what's wrong with all you people? And so I want to actually say that this is actually an opportunity. There are some really weird special effects going on here. The things that are reverberating through your mind about her, and the things that she uh, perceived, for a moment, for a microsecond. All of but the effect is so strong that I think that there might even be kind of a psychic, discharge between the two of you. This kind of, I'm not going to say it has any kind of game effect. It's just dramatic, but the two of you are literally kind of thrown apart by some sort of display of psychic energy. Just because I can't imagine this not having some artistic effect.